Hello guys, welcome back to the Kit Chronicles. It's me again, Kit. Thank you so much for coming back and watching my videos. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will be notified when I post my next video. Please let me know in the comment section below so that I can deliver good and useful content for you. So today this video is for my fellow Filipinos who found their soulmate online with a Western guy or someone from another country. And this is about when you're already ready to, fly to your husband or your boyfriend's country to be with them. The things you should know before you fly to your husband or your boyfriend's country. So sorry about that. By the way, my husband is still working downstairs in the basement, just renovating it, so that's why you hear that noise. Anyway, so number one, know the weather. How's the weather in that country you're going to? And I had to learn this the hard way because I underestimated the coldness of the United States. I thought it's just something that is very tolerable. It's like how cold it is in the Philippines when it's really cold. I did not bring any thick outer garment. I just had my sweater and I thought that was enough. So you guys, make sure you know the weather before you go, especially if you have small kids that you're bringing with you. I brought my baby son when I just came here, and I did not have all the necessary clothing that we should be wearing when I got here. I got here in the United States in November, and that's when it's starting to really become cold. And so I went out of the airport and the coldness just embraced me and said, "Welcome!" And that's when I found out, oh my god, I screwed up. But thankfully my husband brought warm clothes for my baby, and so he was really comfortable. I wasn't, and that was my fault. So always familiarize or research the weather because it's not gonna be the same. Even if it's America, it's gonna be different in the northern part than the southern part. It's gonna be different in the western and the eastern part. My husband lives in Wisconsin, so we're like in the frozen tundra, and so it was like really cold. I'm still cold. I'm still not used to the coldness until now. I'm not saying that don't go if you don't like the weather. I'm saying be ready for the weather. All right, number two, know your future living condition. Know what to expect when you come here because you don't want to be surprised and then you'll be like, I want to go home now. And that's exactly what happened to me. Well, I knew the living condition. So my husband lived with his mom, and I knew that we're gonna be living in his mom's house while we're starting out. But I did not have an experience living with your in-laws, and I've heard a lot of horror stories about living in the in-laws house, but I just kept a positive attitude and prayed that my in-laws would like me and that I'll have a good life and that we'll get along well. That's the main thing that I really prayed, that I'm gonna get along with my mother-in-law because we're gonna live with her. But it wasn't that easy. It's not really easy, and it's true that you should not be living with your in-laws. There are people that has really good in-laws, but it's just different when you have your own space, because especially when you have a different culture and they don't really understand the things you do. And so it was hard for me, and it was very challenging. It was a struggle. But I learned a lot from my mother-in-law, and I learned a lot from how to, like, from making the bed and cooking some stuff or cleaning. I learned a lot from her. We did not get along that well, but I'm so grateful that she took me in. And so it's gonna be a struggle, and you don't want to be struggling the first time you get here, but it's not gonna be really easy the first time. So just make sure that you know what to expect, and you're like mentally and emotionally prepared for it. I was not. Just went in like blindedly, because I was so in love with this person, my husband. Oh my gosh, he's probably gonna be like, when he hears this. But yeah, make sure you know what to expect, what your living condition is. If you're gonna be living with your husband's friends or husband's family or your in-laws, or if you are gonna be living in a not so good neighborhood, you have to ask your husband fees. You have to make sure that you know. Just be prepared for everything, for what to expect. All right, before you even get here, connect to the Filipino community online that is in the neighborhood where you're going to be moving to. That will really help a lot for you to be able to find Filipino friends right away. So you can go to Facebook. It's very easy these days because we have social media. So go to Facebook, search for the Filipino community in this county or in this state or wherever is near, and tell them, oh, I'll be moving soon there, I hope to meet you, and all that stuff, because it's gonna be easier for you to meet Filipino friends, and they're gonna expect you to be there in a few days, and they're gonna be there to support you. So make sure you add some Filipino or the Filipino community in your area. Number 4, make sure you know your spouse or your boyfriend well enough to trust and live with him. And I'm assuming that you already know a lot because you've made the decision to, move in with him. But if you haven't done so, do your research. Google him, do a record search, because some people just finds out when they're here that, they are living with a molester or whatever you call, with a criminal or something like that. And it's gonna be hard when you find out these things when you get here. The first time I met my husband online and figured out that I'm interested with him, I googled him and his records. I made sure I see his records because I don't want to be stuck in the United States with some psycho, and it's gonna be hard because I'm not in my own country, and I know it'll be challenging for me to get out of it if I'm stuck where he is. So I had to make sure that I know him, know his background, and I know that he's a good person. Last but not the least, number 5, there are no jeepneys in the United States. So if you are coming to the United States or any Western country, there is no public utility jeepney. It's not as easy here to find public transportation. And so most people have to learn how to drive and know how to use the public transportation like the bus. That's what they have over here. There's Uber also and some taxi, which are more expensive. So just know that it won't be easy for you to go around just like you did in the Philippines. There's not a lot of public vehicles, and so you must learn how to drive. If you don't have a vehicle, you must learn how to use the public transportation, the public bus over here. And if you have the money, do Uber or taxi. And this is also another reason why you have to meet Filipino friends around right away, because most Filipino friends would help you in going somewhere you want as long as they're free. They can take you anywhere you want if you ask. And so make sure that you are ready for this and you have some support when you come to your husband or your boyfriend's country. Alright guys, that's it. That's all we have for today. Thank you so much for watching my vlog. Thank you for coming back again. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. Thank you. Bye.